Welcome to the always magic, never boring SDFT Union Berlin highlights show, live from the Stadion an der Alten Försterei. As we speak, the women are 1-0 up against Wolfsburg. Thousands of Union are going mental below my feet, but we'll come to them, because today also marks exactly 1 week since the men got their revenge over Arminia Bielefeld for a loss at the same stage of the Cup, exactly 1 day less than exactly 1 year ago. Got it? Well, maybe this will help. Yes, the magic of the Cup. Well, this game was like the Danube. No, neither really flowing nor beautiful, but long, romantic, dark, muddy, endlessly fascinating and tinged by the regret of not having taken a piss halfway through the ride. All right, maybe not the last one, but this clash was illuminated first by a Viennese scion earlier on. Ladies and gentlemen, the great Leopold Querfeld. But that was just the opener. Bielefeld came back into it through Monju Momolu before the sides went to each other like two old boxers, blow for blow, wearing each other out, neither quite landing a knockout punch until it went, of course, into extra time. Don't panic, said Freddie Renaud in the huddle, and frankly, I could use that advice now. Then with 106 long minutes played, Wu Yongjong hit a deep cross towards Tom Rotter, celebrating his 21st birthday. And what did you do on your 21st birthday? The ball ping-ponged in the crowd with Dmitro Bogdanov on his competitive debut and Oliver Berg both in there before that man, Danilo Raimundo Durki, rammed it home. It was breathless, astonishing, always magic. Fortunately, the draw for the next round was kind. We've only got Bayern to face next. Then at least the women arrived in Bremen, which readers of the Brothers Grimm will know is already one step better than the Stadtmusikanten, who decided against even going there in the end. Well, maybe our players should have done the same, because after only 25 seconds, the hosts opened the scoring. It was a blow for a severely depleted team that they could not recover from. The injury list is currently longer than the brothers Karamazov, and at least as much of a slog to get through. But look, they won't shy from a fight, and again, Kara Börsel in front of one of the dirtiest bars seen since our last trip to St. Pauli did everything to keep her side in the game. And enduring the miserable rain, I cannot give enough respect to the travelling fans. Their presence was incredible, and all the more so because that was just the start of a busy Saturday. Yes, the men were kicking off against SC Freiburg, back home only an hour and a bit later, and we were in for a cracker. Okay, the game itself may have taken a little while to get going, at least until Matthias Ginter headed onto his hand to give the guests what they thought was the lead. The bellows in the stadium of Ihr macht unsere Sport kaputt were already ringing out as referee Sören Stork mauled over that one. But there was plenty more yet to come, particularly for poor Andre Ilic, who spent the whole season with his back to goal, knocking balls down and laying them off and nodding them and passing them and flicking them on. He's been superb, the most assists in the league. But against Freiburg, to quote the great Albert King, if it wasn't for bad luck, he'd have no luck at all. Christopher Trimmel hit a corner with his first touch of the day into the box when this happened. It was a goal, surely it was a goal. But then Stork took his finger to his ear like he was getting ready for another bloody rendition of Streets of London. Someone said there'd been an infraction. Rally was offside. Can anyone back it up? Music, please. Can I get up with it? Can I get up with it? Can I get up with it? Yes, the players and the coaches and all 22,012 of us were plunged into purgatory. An absurd almost 4.5 minutes we waited for an answer. And when it came, well, let's just say the fans were not too enamoured with the decision. The only solace came in the words of Brian Clough. If Rani was on the pitch and not interfering with play, then we would have a problem. Still, We've never lost to Freiburg here, and Ilias and Andras deserved at least an 8 for artistic impression for the synchronised bicycle kicks. Well, that goalless draw leaves them in 10th ahead of the first visit from Bayern on Saturday afternoon. Still, at least the women have got an easier trip on Friday when they play, for God's sake. But now in a televisual feat never before attempted in the long history of this show, we go live to a touchline reporter dialing in from the near future. Hello? Yeah, hello, we're here in the future. Can you hear me? I trust you can from back there. Well, unfortunately, things didn't work out, having got a goal up through Antonio Halverkamp's fantastic direct corner in the first half. Tomke Schneider was a whisker away from scoring a second just after the break, but the experienced, more Bundesliga canny side won it in the end, 4-1. It was tough, it was a battle. I don't like the future at the moment, but it'll get better. Back to you. Anything else to report from there? The fate of humanity? The state of the planet? Hello? It's gone. Ah, well, you can't win them all. Still, I'd best be quiet. I don't want to give the game away, and this lot are giving everything. To round things off, though, we must go back one last time to before Bielefeld, when the entire stadium took a minute to remember Jochen Leschel. He was as important an architect of the modern Union as anyone. From the foundation to the matchday programme to probably our entire existence, he was always there, insisting the game he loved should be devoid of prejudice, a point of coming together for everyone. Football, he often said, is not for cowards. The single Roman candle burning in the Waldseite and the impeccable silence that enveloped it said it all. See you in a fortnight.